Hello beauty unicorns and welcome back to my channel and this review of the Melt She's in Party stack. I got this stack when it was released, which was Black Friday? Was it Black Friday? I think so. So I've had this for quite a bit and I have used all four shadows. These are four shadows and the top layer is like they're in a stack and the top one is a mirror. So I'm gonna take the mirror away. And then it's four shadow stacked together, hence why it's called a stack. And they stick together with magnets. So there are two mattes, this one that is darker that is called Mean Streak and this one that is lighter that is called Last Caress. I have all these four shades on my eyes today and I did film this look. And then the stack is also two shimmery colors. This one is called She's in Parties and it is a shimmery, I want to say almost metallic burgundy plum color, which is the one I have all over my lid. And then is this one that is called Skeleton Kiss. It is like a bone colored base with a strong peachy shift. It is what I have in my inner corners. It is also what I have on my cheekbones because I use it as a face highlighter as well. Works perfectly, like a charm. I've not seen a lot of reviews of this stack and it might be that it is $48, which is a lot of money for four shadows. I totally get that. I really like the Melt shadows since before. I have the Love Stick stack and I have the Neon stack. I love the Neon stack. They're so yummy. They're so amazing. And so I was excited to get this stack because I felt like this stack was the kind of colors that I would want to match with other eyeshadow palettes. I mean, I could totally go for just this stack and I have a bunch of times like today, but I also want to mix this with other colors that I have, like pinks and blues and greens, because these are the kinds of colors that I love mixing with other colors. So I'm gonna swatch these for you and I'm also gonna suggest some like comparable shades if you feel like these are just a bit too pricey for you. Spoiler alert, I really like this stack and I'm happy I got it. I'm not sad that I have it at all. I don't regret it. This one is called Skeleton Kiss. It is the Peachy Duochrome. I will do some close-up swatches of these four as well so that you can actually see the shift better. But it is a beautiful creamy shade and it looks beautiful both on the eyes and on the cheekbones. And I like that it is a bigger pan because I hope you can see that these shadows have a bigger pan than the typical eyeshadow pan size, and that it gives you more product, so at least that's a bit more bang for your buck. But I don't really care about that product thing because I never really go through shadows. But since there's only four, I do like that you get more of it. This one is the She's in Parties, which is the smoky burgundy plum shimmery metallic. It is really pretty. You probably have this shade though, but I'm not sad she's in the stack because she does complement the other colors that are in the stack. This is the Last Caress. This is like a dusty, mauvey, plummy matte, and these matte do not swatch that nice, but they do go on really nice on the eyes, I promise. You can see here. This look is going to be up really soon, so you'll be able to see then. And this is the last one that is Mean Streak. I really love the matte ones from Melt. They are definitely the star of the show. They don't swatch that nice, but they work so good with the brush. Actually, they swatch horrible, but they work so good with the brush. So swatches will tell you what color it is, but it won't always tell you the whole story on how they work on the eyes. But let me tell you, these mattes are so nice on the eyes, just like the other mattes from Melt. I really like the Melt formula when it comes to mattes. Let's just see some close-ups so you can see how they look close up. As you can see, Melt is not really like inventing the wheel with these colors. It is a nice quad. You can do a lot of things with this quad on its own, to be honest, and also together with other things because it has these two really nice mattes that are so nice on the eyes. And then it has this beautiful very pigmented metallic that you can blend into the crease as well and make something really nice. And then it's this one, the peachy color. I have something similar to this like before, and this is where I'm going to show you some similar colors. This is my neutral palette by Makeup Geek. Yeah, what do you know? I have a neutral palette. Didn't think that now, did you? And this is one of my favorite colors from Makeup Geek ever. This is I'm Peachless, and Skeleton Kiss and I'm Peachless are pretty much dupes. This is a much bigger pan, as you can see. Also, Millennium by Nabla is the same thing as well. That one has a bit bigger pan than this, but a bit smaller pan than this. So they're like, the pan size is in between these two. But I like that this is a bigger pan because that enables me to use this as a face highlight as well, because this is a beautiful face highlight. And I love I'm Peachless. It's so good with everything, so I'm not sad to have another one but bigger. I really like this formula as well. And when it comes to this burgundy, I'm just going to show you another one. They are not like dead on dupes, but they are very similar. This is Showtime by Makeup Geek, and this is the She's Seen Parties, and as you can see, they're very similar as well, like very similar. I would say that this one just has a bit more burgundy than Showtime. This is one of the foil eyeshadows, but they are very similar. And when it comes to the first matte shadow, this is Last Caress and this is Vintage. These are very similar. So it's the same thing, like if you want to order from Makeup Geek, you can get the quad for less. But I do like the melt stack a lot, so I'm not sad to have almost dupes. And to be honest, this one is better quality than Vintage. Vintage is not one of Makeup Geek's best shadows, but it's not a bad shadow, but it's definitely not one of the best ones. And then when it comes to this last one that's called Mean Streak, Makeup Geek, according to me, doesn't have any similar to this. This is Cherry Cola. It's just in the same palette, so I thought I'd show them. But as you can see, Cherry Cola is a lot lighter than Mean Streak. I bet there are a lot of similar colors to this one, but just so you have something for reference, Cherry Cola, Mean Streak. Mean Streak is a lot darker, and it's actually a really nice matte shade. And I don't want to drag this like review on forever. I just wanted to say that I bought this palette. I think it's a good palette and I'm happy I bought it. And there are some other similar shades in case you didn't want to pick this one up. The first time I used it, I put some concealer on my eyes and I set it with powder, but I didn't let the concealer totally dry down before I went in with the first matte shade, and then I saw some patchiness. So that is good to keep in mind, that if you have oily lids, you might need to set it with some powder first, or if you're using a tacky base, you might encounter some problems with a tacky base. I think you need a dry surface to set it with a powder, set it with a bone colored shadow, or just wipe off some excess oil before you go in with these shadows. Otherwise, these are the kind of shadows that will, at least the two matte ones, that will bunch up a bit and patch up a bit if it's not a dry surface that they go on to. Just want to give you that tip because I discovered that the first time that I used them. But yeah, final thoughts, they're a bit pricey, but I like them. I've always liked milk shadows and I'm not sad I bought it. But if you feel like you don't have the money to buy this stack, don't be sad. These are not groundbreaking colors. There are a lot of other similar colors out there. I just picked 4 out of random from my collection, and there are more, I promise you. So yeah, I think that was everything. Short and sweet, I hope so at least. Like I said, this look, it's coming up, I think, or if not tomorrow, the day after that, or something in that neighborhood. And if you want to be subscribed to my channel, the button is down below. I'd love to have you. I do upload quite a lot of videos and I would love to see you in my next one. Bye!